Just need to remind folks that when somebody's answering online, they can't hear the heckles. The honourable member for Saskatoon West.
I don't think Putin's invasion affects Maine, but Mr. Speaker, gas is going for $1.88 in Saskatoon today. People have to choose between filling up their gas tanks or putting food on the table. These are hardworking Canadians that commute to work, take their children to hockey, and cook meals for their families. Postponing the increase in the carbon levy is absolutely within this minister's control. She's clearly refusing to act. As a result, she's directly cutting the purchasing power of Canadians and contributing to increasing the cost of everyday goods. Mr. Speaker, will the minister offer immediate relief to all Canadians by rolling back the carbon tax increase on gasoline?
Hear, hear. The Honourable Minister of Finance.
Speaker, the member from Saskatchewan began his remarks by saying he didn't think that Putin had an effect on Maine. And what I would like to underscore for all members of this House is Putin's illegal war in Ukraine is having a devastating effect on the entire global economy. It is raising the price of energy for everyone. It threatens to create a famine in the world. That is what we need to be focused on. And when it comes to the great people of Saskatoon, a family of four in Saskatchewan will get $1,101 back.
The honourable member for Brantford Brant.
Mr. Speaker, gas prices reached yet another record high this weekend, with many in Ontario and across Canada paying more than $2 per litre. The pileup does not stop there, with drivers being urged to brace for yet another increase. According to a gas prediction website, prices are expected to reach $2.15 per litre for most Ontario cities by Victoria Day. While experts are urging Canadians to stay home and stop driving, countless Canadians across the country, including many in my riding, have no choice but to drive for their livelihood. What does this government say to hardworking Canadians who are being gouged by government inaction?
The Honourable Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Finance.
Mr. Speaker, like the member opposite, I too am a member of Parliament for the great province of Ontario. And that's why I am happy to share with the constituents of the member opposite and with my own constituents the fact that our price on pollution is not only economically effective in driving down emissions, it puts money back in the pockets of Canadian families. In our province of Ontario, the average family of four will get $745 back, Mr. Speaker.
The honourable member for Chilliwack Hope.
At well over $2 a litre, British Columbians are paying the highest gas prices in North America. It now costs over $150 to fill up a minivan, more than a day's wages for many Canadians. They are worried and struggling to make ends meet. Other jurisdictions have responded by cutting fuel taxes, but this Liberal NDP coalition voted against a Conservative motion to cut gas taxes and then made matters worse by raising the carbon tax. When will the Liberals finally cut gas taxes and give Canadians a break at the pumps?
The Honourable Minister.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I would offer to the honourable colleague that to suggest that the rise in gas prices is the result of action on climate change is just ridiculous and shows that the Conservative Party still does not understand both how global economics work, but also how addressing climate change is important. Energy consumers around the world are experiencing a rise in petroleum products, and Canada is not alone on this front. As we see, it is the illegal invasion of Ukraine, which is driving global energy prices. We are working very hard to ensure that we can stabilize those prices. But consistent with that, we are continuing to fight climate change. And as the honourable member should know, the average Canadian family gets more money back than what they pay.
I also want to remind folks, turning your mic on and trying to heckle online is not acceptable either.
The honourable member for Longueuil-Saint-Hubert. Mr. Speaker, there were many Liberal Party MPs at Saturday's protest against Bill 96. Of course, it was their right to be there as Quebecers, but it does raise a question. These members need to understand that language laws that protect French's future as the only official and common language of Quebecers